back in sunny Alberta again, where no skies, no snow. This is just the way the skies are these days, people. Like, honestly, you would think I'm pointing it towards the ground, but I'm not. This is the sky. This is the way the sky is in Alberta 80% of the time now. And yesterday when I went to bed, I just had an inspiration. I was reading a Bible where the Bible where it talked about pray that your tribulation does not come in winter. Like, it was talking about the pregnant women. Pray that it doesn't come in winter. I don't remember to quote the scripture, so I'm just paraphrasing. And I started thinking, after that, Agenda 21 and the Georgia Guidestones. And this early winter that the whole world seems to be, at least United States and Canada, are experiencing, where our temperature has been lowered. And I don't know if you guys know what's going on here in Alberta, Canada, but Ottawa is trying to strangle Alberta oil production and basically have made it so that the citizens of Alberta, the ones that were born and raised here, are out of jobs. And the suicide rate among women in Alberta is insane. And then our lovely government did, and this has nothing to do with immigrants, because the immigrants are us, right? They have been displaced. They have been moved from their country, from their home, from their houses, with their families, and they've been thrown into a place too. So, I mean, you cannot blame them. They're not the reason that this is happening. They're just the victim. So this is nothing to do about them. But what our government has done is they put laws and regulations for all of the businesses in Alberta that the immigrants get first pick. And the ones who have been here, who were raised, and this is their life and their livelihood, most of them are unemployed. My husband and I were at McDonald's yesterday, and he pointed, not that I eat there very often, but he likes it, so I go. And he pointed out the guy that was that's serving dishes or whatever it is, one of those apps that you call and they come and send you food, right? Was one of his fellow scaffolders. And this guy would have been making about $120,000 a year last year. And he is now working for Serve the Dishes or whatever that is. That's if they've got work.
You hear of well over 100,000 people in Alberta out of work. Why are we interested in bringing in additional immigrants to fill in the workforce? Why are we not trying to bring the people locally within Alberta back to work? Should that not be our goal?
He really needs to vet, and the ones that aren't going to come here and be on our welfare system shouldn't be here.
What would you tell Medicine Hat? What would you tell Lloydminster as they wait for Jason Kenney to
give them their allotment of people? All you're doing is diluting and adding to the pool of people that are looking for work. And it's now become a situation where these people are getting preferential job placement. They're getting preferential treatment on the job market and can actually, in some cases, work for even less because some of them are supported by partial programs. And this makes them a better candidate to an employer than, let's say, my children or grandchildren.
So that's what's happening here in Alberta. There's been a real choking of the people. And not only that, they've taken the electricity and they deregulated it last year. So last year, people were getting electricity bills of $400, $600 a month. Just starving people out. Like, we're talking about these people who don't even have jobs anymore. Social services is not really there. Like, you're going to be able to get on unemployment. It's like $1,700 a month. And believe me, if you're paying $400 to $600 electrical bills, well, you get my point, right? So there's some really sneaky business happening here in Alberta. That is, it doesn't matter what politician, who's in there. because it doesn't matter. We have somebody that we thought was going to be good. It doesn't matter. They work for the same system, and they're still putting the same agenda. So my point is, the skies. Take a look again, right? We don't have any sun. It's cold here. It's getting very cold here. It's almost impossible. It's too expensive to heat your homes now. And whatever are they doing in California? I hope this doesn't happen here, but they're talking about electricity days, right? We had like 3 or 4 days ago minus 17. Okay, that was like November 10th. We had minus 17 Celsius, and they are making it impossible for people to heat their houses here, and there is no jobs. The only people that when you go into like my husband works in the oil field, and you go into the plants, and the major plants are all full of immigrants. There's just no Albertans left. And like I said, I'm not blaming them. It's what's been set up to bring down our province, because our province used to be the richest province in Canada. And they've been just working on it for 4 years now. And they're doing a really good job. So my point is, Agenda 21. What's that about? Well, Agenda 21 is Agenda 30. You know, if you go in the conspiracy areas, they'll say it's an agenda to get rid of 95% of the population. There's like these two agendas. So we're looking at, here in Alberta, we're being set up. We're being set up for something really big, I believe. And I'm sure in your areas, some of you guys are going to find the same thing, you're being set up. So there's that Agenda 21. I think they're ahead of schedule, if you ask me. And then there's the Georgia Guidestones. What does it say? 500 million is what they want the population to get down to. So that brings me back to praying, if you are pregnant or anyone with children, that your tribulation does not come in winter. Jesus didn't give that as a suggestion or say, oh, pray, we hope that doesn't happen. Hopefully you guys don't have that happen. That's not what he was saying, people. He was saying pray. Pray. Supplicate. Pray that this isn't going to happen this winter. He can change things. I think they're planning on doing something this winter. That's my thoughts of what might happen. Pray that that won't happen. In other words, this one is not set in the Georgia Guidestones. God is in control. Pray to him. Well, this is what woke me up when I started looking at these things. You can see the evil just quickly taking over our world. This really is the time of judgment, people. It's a time of choice. Choose Jesus.